You do math all day long.
I just wanted to say a few things. You know, for starters, I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out. You know, Karen and I, it's a big deal to have everybody out here and enjoying this beautiful night. We didn't think this night was actually going to be quite this nice, but we were supposed to have a tent, and I'm glad we don't. So, thank you all for coming. It's very special to have all of you here. I have a bunch of scattered notes, so if it's all broken up, I apologize. Really what brings us all here is friends and family. And without it, there's no fun, there's no happiness in our lives. What else we got here? So many of you have helped us put this day together, and you might not know that you actually helped, but you really did. And I can't thank all of you because I'll ruin surprises for tomorrow. But tomorrow is going to be full of those. I can guarantee you that. Now for the fun stuff. Now I can stop crying. Not all of you know my groomsmen, but I'm going to give you a little insight. And if I offend anybody, I'm sorry, but it's all in good fun. I'm going to start with Dave.
Oh, jeez.
Dave is my go-to guy. I'm
recording this.
If I need something, Dave is always around. And I really thank you for it. Because, you know, you help out so much, dude. Dave was blessed with quite a few nicknames. I don't know if I have them all, and I probably don't, but I have a good fair amount of them, and some good ones. Dave's last name is Horowitz, so we call him Witz. That's an easy one. A new one, this is the most recent, is D-Ho, because he's Dave Horowitz, so D-Ho. David, I think I might have brought that one into light. Leppy, I don't know where Leppy came from, but I do remember it from college years. Dave was with me in college. Scorchowitz. Sorry, Dave. Dave has red hair, and he burns, so we call him Scorchowitz. Sorry, Dave.
Dave's like, you're dead.
Hold on, I lost my place here. Moses 99.
What?
Dave is Jewish. And so we back in 99, he somehow became Moses 99. And then the last one that I have for you is Wedge, and that's Jew backwards. So Dave, thank you.
Plus, he went up Mount Washington in the winter with you.
Yes. If most of you know, and I actually almost in this entire crowd knows that we go to Mount Washington twice a year now, and quite frankly, all of it is because of Mr. DiCamillo, because he brought me along, and I gotta tell you, it's one of the most amazing trips I do every year, and well, 2 years ago we decided, you know what, we're going to go up for the winter and we're going to test it out. So we went up and we had such a great time. Karen and I just love to share stuff like that. So we invited friends to come with us this year, and Dave was one of them. It was an unbelievable trip, and every year it is outstanding. And I have Mr. D to thank for that, for sure. Let's see, we'll move on to Miles. Miles, where do we start? Miles is the guy that you go to a party and there's a crowd around Miles because Miles is the guy that makes everybody laugh. And he's great at it. A few things you might want to ask him tonight or tomorrow. Ask him what color his Land Cruiser is. There's a whole story behind it. Ask him about tiki up in Vermont. and ask him about the bean counter, because he will definitely have you rolling. Oh, let's not forget the sledding up in Vermont behind his truck. Another great story. And how he tried to take said truck over a ravine in the air. Full of stories, so make sure you catch up with Miles. And Miles, I wouldn't leave you out. Tina helped me out today with a few nicknames for you as well. Meatball, Chotch, do I have that correct? Yeah. Mighty Mites, Meat, and Milosh. Right. So moving on to Bob. Bob was my roommate. Bob I met in college. Bob's been around. We've done a lot together. Bob is extremely accident prone. So if you see Bob on the dance floor tomorrow, just give him a little bit of space. Because I've witnessed so many accidents with this guy, and they're always on occasions. I don't want to jinx you or anything. Bob too has a nickname, and it's Sweater. Bob wore a sweater to a party one time, and it was right on the cusp when these sweaters became in, and they were kind of weird. No one had seen him. And ever since that night, he's been known as Sweater, and it's sort of morphed into Sweater B. And another story, real quick, Bob, you probably haven't heard this one and maybe not even have known about it. I used to go tournament fishing with a bunch of friends, and during these tournament fishes, I would be in charge of the food. And I would fill up cooking, and most of you know.
And the biggest competition.
Yeah, and my biggest competition, absolutely. And actually, I think he's actually got me on that. But all of you, I think, know that I actually have a large passion for cooking. And Ted and I absolutely share that. And Ted, I wouldn't leave you out without any nicknames. Let's start off with Teed. He's known as Teed. You can call him Teed. He'll respond to you. Teed made it home one night, and I don't even know what time it was, but he was a little intoxicated, I suppose. And he wrote an email to all of our friends. I don't even know what the email was about, but he signed it Teed. And ever since that, he has been known as Teed, and there's all sorts of different variations of Teed. And I'll run through a few of them, and I know I'm missing a lot. But there's Teedless. We'll call him Teedless every once in a while. Teetles. Teedlewits, because Dave, Ted decided to make bagels once, and so we decided to give him a little bit of a Jewish slang on that. Teetlestein, that sort of fell in there with bagels. McTeed, because you got to have an Irish name, and especially when you live in Newport, you got to have something to go for Ted for the Irish folk. So McTeed, and Teetle Chips, because Ted had an idea once to make kettle chips.
Late night.
Yeah, Ted is always thinking about food, and he wanted to make kettle chips, so that's where the Teetle Chips came from. And then Slee, because his last name is Slay, and it's spelt S-L-E-E. But everybody calls him Slee if they don't know him. All right, so sorry this is long, but I hope you're all enjoying it. My best man, my brother, Trevor. My brother, he is by far one of the smartest people I know, and I no lie. But my brother will lose just about everything he has. He loses his keys, he loses shoes, belts. We're lucky he's got two of the matching shoes on tonight. But the thing you got to know about my brother is that outside of all of that, where the smarts comes in, he is a transplant surgeon, and he'll take your liver out and put a new one in with his eyes closed. But in the morning, he can't find his keys or anything like that. And my brother, till this day, has always been a driving inspiration for me, because he's that guy, he's your big bro. So that's my bro. And then the last is Trevor Jr. Trevor Jr. is, I don't know, is he even here? Oh, there he is. Trevor Jr., I think the minute he came out of the womb, never wanted to be alone. And to this day, I don't think he ever, I don't know if you've noticed, he can't wait to go play cornhole with me. But he is the best little nephew to have because every time you're around him, there's always something to do. And you're never bored because he's always there, got something up his sleeve, or wants to play some game. So thank you, Trevor, for being my junior best man, or junior, groomsman, sorry. Okay, two more people, or two more groups of people. Last is the DeCamillos. I can't thank you enough for all of the things that you've done up until this point, because, I mean, we've been doing this for months. And years, probably. I mean, 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. 10 years. They have worked so hard to make tomorrow so spectacular. And there won't be a blade of grass out of place because their skills when it comes to making grounds look beautiful are second to none. And I just want to point out, when you're at the church tomorrow, please enjoy and look at the circle garden out in front of the church, because Mrs. D has poured her heart and soul into that circle garden, and Mr. D has been right there with her. Sorry. And as far as tomorrow goes, it's going to be an absolutely spectacular day, and I want to thank you for doing all of the things that you've done for Kara and I. And last but not least, of course, is my parents. They too have endured all the I'll say it, BS that I've put them through, certainly through the course of my life, but even this week leading up to all of this, we've really, Karen and I have put them to work, and I won't tell you what that work is because I'll be giving away some of the stuff for tomorrow, but they have really been right there with us and really just putting the nose to the grindstone. Thank you. And they've done a lot, and they've really made it. So bringing us all here is fantastic, and I love having everybody here. Sorry. Around me, because